Tuesday, Tubi Movie Night. Tuesday, Tubi Movie Night. Tuesday, Tubi Movie Night.
Tuesday, Tubi Movie Night. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you can get it.
Oh, man.
That's right. The hell you is.
Tonight's movie is Don't in the Woods, which is not a good idea anyway because of bugs and holes. Toot, toot, baby, it's time to ride the funk train, and we are the three best friends that have ever lived, and we're watching B movies on Tubi. We've got Big Luke Walker. What's going on, baby?
Hey, babies. Hey, I've got an important update. Swifties are nothing but juggalos with two parents.
Ooh. Is that a joke for the millennials?
Yes, that's a joke for millennials.
I love it. All right, and we got Brandon Bishop, the genius. He's the guy that did the singing and the music for our own show and also the logo. Brandon
Tuesday, Tubi Movie Night. Tubi. I am so excited. I've finally been invited. Chugga chugga all aboard the BB Express. It's time to watch Don't Fuck in the Woods.
Oh my God! Watch your language, honey. We got.
We can't say Don't Fuck in the Woods when we're
We can't say woods. It's very offensive to forests and shrubbery.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So today we watched this week we watched a movie called another recommendation from Luke, and
because I'm awesome.
As we are trying to traverse all the crazy ass movies that you can see on Tubi, we are all low budget filmmakers ourselves and micro budget fools. So Brandon Bishop has actually just released a movie
which is on Tubi, and
it's called Vinny's Fantastic Rock and Roll Adventure. And it's pretty damn good. Let's see what that looks like. We're going to play this with permission from Brandon. Hopefully he doesn't give us a copyright strike like those shows.
Permission.
Yeah, Brandon, don't copyright strike us, man. Oh, hey, the trailer.
Look at that ass.
Oh, my ass. When Vinny's girlfriend kicks him out, he decides to start living his dream of traveling across the country in his van. His first trip, heading down Route 66 to see his favorite glam band in L.A., but angering a fortune teller in Chicago turns this dream into a nightmare. A comedy musical from Asai TV and Big and Funky Productions, Vinny's Fantastic Rock and Roll Adventure. Now available on Amazon Prime, Asai TV, and Tubi.
The worst part about that promo is it doesn't have Luke in it. Luke's the second lead in that. So
I'm not the second lead. I'm in the movie for 35 seconds.
You're in the movie like
promo, by the way.
Say what?
That is not. I did not make that promo.
I did.
Oh, that's why it's terrible.
No, it's why it's great. It has a voiceover.
Why would you not have Luke in it? I'm even representing Luke with my shirt.
Well, that's see, we made up for it.
Look at that.
See, that's what we do. And then Luke and I make movies too. This is the crap we're working on right now.
Lady demons are dangerous, sure, but they're small, capricious, and fragile. They'll likely take each other out before they'll ever be a threat to us. Fickle little things that light up bright, but then burn away. The country has old demons, spirits of hate, mendacity, and vengeance that have been allowed to grow unchecked for centuries. Eons. Big motherfuckers.
Whoa.
Oh, language. Oh, look at that.
Look at that giant. Oh,
you said man-acity.
I did that for you. I know that would excite you. So
anywhere that sounds close to man ass, I'm good. Remember, we spent a whole wrestling show doing commentary where there's a wrestler named Menace who is fantastic and a wonderful human being. And the whole time I'm like, man ass is in the ring. Man ass with the backflip. Man ass.
I'm sure man ass appreciated that. So you picked this movie. Why did you go with this movie? Was it just obvious with the
Well,
title?
now, when I said I like to as an independent filmmaker, I like to watch independent movies as well, especially the lower the budget possible. And this was actually one of the first movies on Tubi that was recommended to me once my algorithm started. Once my algorithm started showing what kind of movies I was watching, this and a bunch of lesbian stuff. But
well, this was one of those too.
Oh yeah, it was. But then
lesbians.
And then Hack is from Hack's Horror Show is like he's in love with this movie.
Okay.
So yeah, he's a huge fan.
All right. Well, let's read what this is about. After the show last week, you became very angry at Kung Fu and Titties.
I became angry at titties in general.
That was awful. So we don't want that to happen again. So we decided to be a little bit more professional this week. So we're going to read this jive here so people understand. And we can't show.
Damn it, Vinny! Why do you got to do everything? No.
We can't show clips because we can get copyright struck. The Chodes at Center Ridge with Baby Cat copyright struck.
Great movie. Wow.
Did you like Baby Cat?
It changed me in a lot of ways. I'm not sure what ways, but I like cats.
Well, you like babies?
Babies are good. Babies are good people.
We never saw Fawn use the cat box. That was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, you like Fawn walking or crawling around on the floor with in a bikini.
Never saw it actually. I'm sorry, but
okay.
Oh. Well, I wasn't on the team then. I'm not going to subject myself.
Well, yeah, this is very much like Joel Hodgson in Mystery Science Theater, where it is painful. I get mad at Luke a couple times watching these things. All right, so don't F in the woods or don't fuck in the woods. But cover your ears, children's. Released in 2018, it says. Other sources have said 2016. This is a mature horror. And it says on Tubi, which I don't think this is an accurate description, but whatever. College friends discover what abstinence. I'm sorry, I'll speak English this time. College friends discover that abstinence can save lives when they're joined on a camping trip by murderous creatures attracted by sex. And it stars a lady named Ass Howard or a C or Assy. This is kind of like the problem.
That's why I changed the name of the network, brother.
Yeah, your channel is Asai TV.
Done explaining it. It's Explore TV. It's going to be better.
So maybe Asai TV can be her channel now. Assy Howard, Roman Jossert, Brittany Blanton, Scott Gillespie, Hannah Hurt, and directed by the infamous Sean Burkett.
Well, you missed somebody in that, and that is the girl that plays Meg. Her name is Brandy Mason. How you doing, Brandy Mason? If you watch this,
which one was
my name's Big Luke, and I'm a single man. I'm a musician and a filmmaker from East Tennessee.
Well, you're from Chicago. I would lead with Chicago.
Yeah, but I live in East Tennessee. Was she going to go to Chicago to meet me, and then I'm in East Tennessee? You stupid ass.
She's not going to meet you. Why in the world?
Dude, one of these girls is going to meet me, but Brandy Mason is up. She's the nerdy redhead at the beginning of the movie, and you know how much I like the nerdy redheads.
I thought she was blonde. Am I losing my mind?
No, there was a definite redhead in the beginning, the very beginning, like pre.
Yeah. And the dude in the beginning, from the opening scene, is actually the guy that plays the creature.
See, now you've ruined the ending for everybody.
I don't want to do this right now,
dude. You guys done?
I'm done.
Well, that was one of the very few problems I had. I know you guys have more problems than this movie, but one of the few problems I have with this movie is I thought they gave away the creature too early.
Oh yeah, that's part of my notes. I have notes.
Yeah.
Notes.
Look at all these notes.
All right. Well, speaking of Brandon Bishop in Chicago,
these are notes.
Brandon Bishop's from Detroit, and
I became a monster in Chicago when we couldn't stop.
Congratulations on your brand new Hollywood-esque sign for Detroit that looked like it cost about $700 to erect. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm gonna look at some real pictures of it so you can really make fun of it. I haven't seen it.
Well, all right, so I'll do an easier rundown of this movie. Just to explain what happens. It's very formulatic. It's and it's homage filled. So I think the formula is an homage. But I mean, it's bunch of kids get together, even though they're probably 25 to 30 years old. They go out to the woods to go camping, and they fuck in the woods, and the creature's attracted to sex. Wants to eat people that are having sex, and then it gets down to the last person. So I mean, it's pretty formulaic as far as it goes.
Can I say something before even the first thing appeared on the screen? And I'm very impressed by this. So I'm giving them a high five on this. The opening splashes for these different companies. I don't know if you noticed that, but there was like 906 of them. There's Gravitas, Concept Film, Ultra Video, Dopest Shit Ever, Gemstone Film, Bloodshed, Head on a Stick Productions, and it just kept going. Like I kept waiting for the movie to start, and I'm like,
well, I will tell you that most movies I've seen, that if I see a movie and it starts with the Gravitas splash, it's usually an enjoyable movie.
Well, I mean, what's crazy? How many production companies
did it take to make
this movie?
Well, if you look at IMDb, there's like 40 producers listed, so it's.
They must have all chipped in.
Here's the high five for them. Here's the high five. They busted their ass to make some money to make this thing.
Yeah, because this was 2016, 2017, man. I mean, there were
all of them for and the second movie is just the same. It's got like more and different ones. So he got some of the ones back and then added like 4 or 5 of them for Don't F in the W number 2. So
Don't F in the W.
The W number 2.
The number 2. Yeah, don't F.
Speaking of number 2, in the beginning with the nerd girl, he says,
hey. It's Brandy Mason. Show some respect.
Nerdy ass girl that probably never even had sex. She's so nerdy. I got backstage passes for the girl in the glasses.
Dude, she fully pulled out her butthole if you have it on high def. It just never got laid.
Number 1, they said number 1 or number 2, and I was like, anybody that goes down the dirt road instead of the snack shop in the woods.
Dude, did you watch that
is dirty.
Did you watch the bloopers after the credits?
No.
Oh, you got to do that.
No. What happened?
Well, they had a fun time making that scene with that joke. So I mean, that joke was.
Well, when you get there, we get there. But there's a thing is, Cannonball Run had just enough bloopers.
Yeah.
This had 6 times as many bloopers as Cannonball Run did.
Well, that was the thing. The reason they did is because, and this was probably another, small issue with the movie, is something that us 3 as filmmakers would have done differently, is the runtime was only an hour. So they extended it, and the credits were short too.
More boobs in the bloopers too. Like there's more boobs in the bloopers. You could have just watched the bloopers and caught the gist of the film.
Yeah.
And caught as many boobs as you need.
But I mean, because there was a lot of opportunity and places to extend this movie in interesting ways.
Here's the cool thing I like about this movie, and it reminds me of Us, especially in the beginning scene. It looked like a bunch of friends making a freaking funny movie and having fun. That's cool to me. I like that stuff. I loved the road trip and the fun that Vinny and your wife we had traveling across the country. The stuff we did with you, Luke, and everybody that attached to the Vinny's Rock and Roll Adventure, whatever the fuck it's called, movie. I had a great time doing that, and you could tell they did as well. So that kind of put me in a fun mood going into it.
Yeah. The only other thing I would have done, two things we already talked about in the opening scene is they give away the creature in the opening scene, and I would have held on to that. And also, they're camping by their car.
Yeah.
And that just for some reason you don't want the car around because you want that gives you an escape route already, and it's not if the car's not there, you don't think about it, you feel like you're alone, you don't know where you're at in the woods.
And also in the opening scene, she was giving him a blowjob by the fire, and then once they got in the tent, she had to unbuckle his pants. So did he rebuckle his pants and put his belt back on? Did you catch that?
Now you're nitpicking.
No, that's important.
It's not that kind of movie, kid.
Here's
the thing, too. The one thing I will say is if they did go down the dirt road in the tent.
You're so worried about the anal.
At least there's some wipes in the car. That's the only thing.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of don't have sex. Have sex on the day one of the camping trip.
Thank you.
That's okay, but like day two,
in a BJ after you've been out all day.
Oh God!
And
the girls.
Out of sheer politeness, if you have sex on the first day, do not finish inside.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That is a gentlemanly thing to say. I'm very happy you said that.
Well, no, I'm a progressive gentleman. I really do try to watch out for the women at all times. I'm a protector.
Having sex in a tent is terrible.
Oh, it's not good. It's not good at all.
Have you, Vinny?
Yes,
it's the worst thing in the world. You could have
me and Vinny have had sex in that tent.
In a tent. Yeah, it's terrible.
It was intense. It was intense.
He was right there, and he took it from me. Damn it.
Well, then we go into the next scene in the movie would be the fantasy scene with the stoner and the two girls that never appear again. I guess because it was a dream. Where he's dreaming and he's a Hispanic guy. I mean, that was kind of funny, but that was about the only endearing thing in the whole movie that the stoner character did.
You see, I like the stoner character better than everybody.
I like the stoner character
only
better than anybody, but he still irritated me about half the time. I felt like the actor had some comedic chops, and he was legitimately funny. And last week we saw Kung Fu and Titties. Nobody had comedic chops,
including the comedian,
including Bronson Pinchot. But I felt like the guy.
Wait, can I cut you off for Bronson Pinchot was in a movie called Kung Fu and Titties?
Dude, it was horrible.
Twice.
You watched the show last week.
He was in Beverly Hills Cop.
He was in Perfect Strangers.
All right, we're going back. We're getting off there.
Listen, I wanted to make one point. The only point I want to make is that I feel like if there was better dialogue in this movie, because you said it in the beginning, it was very formulaic. We're going to riff on the sex thing in horror movies. That's what this whole movie's about. You're going to see boobs. You're going to see this dirty girl's butthole, and some other stuff along the way.
It's Brandy Mason,
the nerdy ass chick, and then
Sorry, see, look, you just got hexed by Brandy.
But if the nerdy guy or the stoner guy could have, thank you for that. If he had better dialogue, it really could have saved the movie.
Well, see, I'm going to explain you something about what they did about what they did with him. Okay, so after that scene, they go to the video store scene, which is obviously an homage to Clerks, and we do a lot of homages to Clerks. Now, what they did with the stoner character, and Stranger Things, all these movies have blown the stoner character. They make a stoner character whose only joke is, "Oh, what's weed?" and that's supposed to make them cool. But what they did is in that Clerks homage at the video store, they made him Randall. Randall without a Dante is just a asshole.
You see, I thought he was more of the fat guy in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Ooh.
No,
that's who he kind of came out. The original one. That's who he kind of came off.
I see both points there. He just was a hair too obnoxious. He should have.
Well, I mean, he was rude. Like, who would hang out with him?
That's exactly right.
Again, at the end in the bloopers, he's the most likable. When he's screwing up and everything, he's the most likable guy you'd ever meet in the world.
Absolutely.
And it's like you don't like him in the movie, which is unfortunate because obviously it's a camp slasher horror movie. Everybody's going to die, but you would have cared about his death at all. But I was like, oh, good, he's dead.
Yeah, I laughed when he died because he lit up the last joint. I thought that was funny, and I'm a big fan. I'm a really big fan of in my movies and shows. Besides that, I'm a really big fan of filming chubby guys in new T-shirts every scene. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, he called you chubby, but no, that Clerk, and maybe if I don't know who I don't know who the bigger girl was that kind of played the sort of love interest of the stoner.
Why was she there? That's what I want.
Well, I think she was the link. I think she was the friend of those people, not the stoner guy. I don't think those
girls should have hooked up. I wanted to see that more than anybody.
Well, I just don't know if she was strong enough of an actress to kind of be a, Dante to his Randall. He was very verbose and had things to say, but when you're that way, you have to have somebody to counteract that.
She's very quiet and like she didn't project very well, but like you could see the whole Kevin Smith thing while they were in the video store. That was probably my favorite part of the movie was the video store, because I was like, oh my God, a video store. I haven't seen one of those in 20 years, but that was
nobody smokes anymore either except for Luke. So I mean, everybody in this movie was smoking.
Newports.
Newports
smoking.
So I wonder, that's where I was wondering where these people are from, because there were the cigarettes they're smoking. I was like, who the hell white people smoke Newports? Where's that at? I've never seen that.
Only if you're hanging out with your black friends.
I'm sorry. I don't care how attractive a woman is. As soon as I see her smoke, I'm not attracted to her. I just not at all.
And I'm the only smoker here, and you guys are coughing all over the place.
Who's coughing?
You're over.
That was
Benny's cough.
That was
the dog smokes. His dog smokes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I will say they were once they left the video store and they were driving, they were really good at filming inside the car for whatever budget they had. That was hard. I remember when we did it for the scene. We sucked at it, but they did.
Yeah, they did two of the most ridiculously hard things to do in independent film, and that is film in a car and film in a tent.
Yeah, I think the film part of this was actually really good, and I thought the sound editing in this show was pretty good, except in like 3 spots. There was like some really bad kerfuffles, but
the thing that
now I want to talk about the car. Why did they pick a smart car or a Toyota Prius to haul 6 people?
Because it was one of their cars. You know this.
But
just like whose apartment was that where the lesbians were at? Who worked at that record store or whatever that was? They had to be it's just like us.
Vinny, why
had a van?
Why in WJCAM in 1996 are you sitting in a 2021 Jeep Wrangler trying to kill yourself?
Well, I was a time traveler. Nobody knew that. That was an extra layer on that. But nobody had a bigger car, or was that just for the gag to have the fat guy?
I think that was a gag. Well, I think that could have also been probably like one of those gags of convenience.
Yeah.
They should. Yeah, put him in the trunk. That'd be funny. But I'll say one other thing about the production of this movie is, and it's something you might not have noticed, but I've seen a lot of, even in some of our movies. Brandon's too. They lit the shit out of this movie. The lighting was fantastic. They filmed, in the tents, at night, outside, wherever they were, the lighting was amazing.
I was impressed with the lighting in the tents for sure.
Their drone footage was set to a different speed than their camera footage, if you noticed that. Because it was like, which I've been guilty of as well.
That'll get you.
Absolutely. I did that with our movie. If you watch it on Tubi, you'll see a little jittering. If you watch it on a side TV, you don't. Or if you watch it on the DVD, you don't. It looks great, but it was all a speed thing.
I hate that jitter shit.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I hate Tubi ad breaks.
Dude, but I'll tell you one thing about it. The more ad breaks you have, that means the more people are watching your movie. The fact that a movie that with a run time of 1 hour and 7 minutes had that many ad breaks, and it's been on Tubi since the beginning, the people are still watching the shit out of this movie.
No, I totally get it, and they're still watching it because the ads come on for 8 minutes at a pop. But is there a free Tubi? Not a free Tubi, like a paid Tubi?
No, there's no paid Tubi.
That's what we're doing with Explore TV. You're going to have the different tiers. You have the commercial tier, then you have the whatever. But they should work on that. They could probably make a lot of money.
Well, I guess they do okay with the ads and everything, but I don't know, man. This was a pretty. Why do you think they went with the Grinch / Creature from the Black Lagoon? You think?
Why did they show him at all? They shouldn't have showed him to the last scene.
Yeah. I agree. It's like, why do you think? To me, I thought just a redneck in a flannel with an axe or something would have been just as good. Like,
I know you haven't seen the sequel yet, but there's reasons.
But do you think this guy is like a young Republican monster or like a Baptist minister or something? Why did
It's
he
all
hate
explained in the sequel. It really is.
Yeah.
And
Is it?
explained well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. I'm gonna have to watch the sequel then. But I was
No,
like,
we'll do a one of these reviews of the sequel in like a month or two.
I thought it was. I thought he was like an extreme Baptist or something.
They don't explain why he doesn't like sex in the sequel. I never understood that. He may have had a bad experience.
Well, no, I think they explained in the first one that he eats like the chemicals. Said something like he ate her ovaries. Like that one girl he pulled apart, which was really good effects on when they pulled the girl's they pulled her intestines out. Real good effects on that.
That was the best effect. I thought the effects were not great for most of the movie, except that blonde murder. That was a good one. I don't
know some of the stuff. I mean, the stunt work, like pulling some of the people out of the tents, away from the camera. We wanted to do that, and they figured out the easiest way to do it is just cut a hole in the tent. What? That's
called a glory hole.
Yeah,
I'll teach you about that on your 16th birthday.
Okay, thanks, Dad.
Yeah. So I mean, here we go. Brandon, you got any other thoughts about this thing?
I'm really bummed about the park ranger guy that just kind of showed up out of nowhere.
Terrible.
Not because of his role or anything or his acting, but you can't even jerk off in the woods. Do you know how much fun it is to jerk off in the woods? It's like a great thing. And you can't even do that. And that monster's an asshole.
And you notice there they did the Phoebe Cates Fast Time at Ridgemont High homage.
Oh yeah. That was it's not Phoebe Cates though. She was everything. The blonde girl looked like a cigarette. She just looked like a walking cigarette.
She did look like a Newport.
I'm sure she's a nice girl.
Nice
boobs, actor.
Yeah, great boobs.
It drove me crazy. But no, you can't even jerk off in the woods or the monster's going to get it. I hate that guy. What the hell was that?
My cat.
Kung Fu and kitties.
Somebody having sex in the other room and the cat's going to go claw their balls.
Hey, if the cat's having sex, watch out for that monster to come through the plate glass window there.
But I mean, that there was also another opportunity for them to extend the movie a little bit. They could have, showed girls playing in the water and, sexied it up a little bit.
There was enough of that.
I do want to know. I do want to have an honest, open conversation with somebody on that cast or crew if they were having actual sex. Because there's times where I'm going.
There's sometimes, and then there's sometimes you're like they're nowhere near each other, like they're giving oral sex,
especially in the sequel. To be honest with you, sometimes with that hot ass girl that brunette. I'm just like, wow, okay, that's.
But like a lot of it was like there was those almost Cinemax moments where they're like giving head to the guys, girls going down the other girl's belly button. It's just.
Well, that feels good.
It doesn't.
Well, you just on a movie with this kind of budget, you just wonder if people were boyfriend and girlfriend, or if they got sex workers or like strippers or something to do this.
Yeah. Well, there was
who's the Fred looking guy from Scooby Doo, the guy that was with the blonde, I think, wasn't he?
He looks like
that guy sucked.
If you order Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age on Wish, it was that guy.
I was so happy when they ripped his dick off. I was like, okay, good.
He was like the clearance section Jack Reacher. He was.
Yeah, he looked like he was about to break with Go With the Flow or something on the hood of the car or something like that.
And watch now. I mean, he also looked like he lifted some weights. Now watch that guy's like 7. Just jacked up, and he's going to come beat the fuck out of us for talking shit. But
he'll still be a terrible actor though.
His acting career.
Well, I mean, but he really didn't have.
Okay, I mean, everybody else wasn't bad for what it was. It was okay, but
he didn't have much to say or do. But I mean, they I think that then like they just went to the camp for the night after all this, and there was another couple that just showed up out of nowhere and that were doing it in a tent and got murdered.
Yeah, the other couple that they were looking for, then they just show up and then they're dead.
No, the other couple they were looking for was Meg and the other guy from the beginning of the movie.
Oh
no, there was another couple that just showed up.
But I like that because I was like, who the hell are these people? And then when they're running away at the end, they run into that tent, look in there, and go, who the hell are these people?
Oh, did they?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was Meg and whoever, but the first people were Meg and whoever. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, makes sense.
I
Yeah,
got you. So the nerdy girl that
You wouldn't
like.
catch that by watching it. So what was
Yeah.
the other couple? They just needed an extra scene.
Mm,
They're just like,
I probably some more murders, but I mean, I will say, and then that was that opening scene. That's Meg, who was played expertly by the beautiful Brandy Mason. How you doing?
God, man, you were something else.
back to nitpicking about the Fred Jones guy.
No one knows.
He was butt naked having sex, and then when he gets when she gets pulled out of the tent and ripped apart, he comes out. He's fully dressed again.
Yeah,
He's
and his shirt was tucked in. Who goes on a camping trip and tucks their freaking shirt in? You don't do that. That's not. Maybe ticks. I get that you don't want ticks. You put your socks over your jeans, whatever. But no, it's just he didn't. He's fully dressed from being butt naked. 6 seconds later, he's fully dressed and he gets his dick ripped off. He deserved it. Fuck that guy and go monster.
He should have got a pistol instead of tucking his shirt in.
Anybody who tucks their shirt in like that and has that haircut has a gun. He should have brought it.
But I think also that's at around the same time the big girl just gets killed just killed.
I want to talk about this. The movie is a trope, and anybody that clicks on it knows you're going to see boobs and girls making out, and it's the horror trope we all know. They spelled it out in Scream years ago.
And love.
And the thing that was the problem for me is the fat chubby guy and the fat chubby girl. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say it about girls, but the heaviest girl and guy, they never had sex, so they didn't deserve.
They should have gotten it and made it stink.
They should have, but they didn't deserve murder. They didn't deserve it.
But what they, I know how they covered it is, she the nerdy or the big girl jumped in while he was killing the other girl, so he just swiped at her and swiped her throat and killed her, even though because he was interrupting what was going on. But I would have liked to have heard had a moment where she was getting laid or something, or masturbating or something. And
this, are you ready for this?
And had a girl boss moment. Had like she squared up with him and got a few punches in. That would have been cool.
That would have been great. But here's what I would have done before that. The chubby guy. I'm sorry, I'm fat too, so I can.
The stoner guy and the bigger girl. They should have got it on inside of a tent, funky, stanky, awful in there. The monster comes in. He's like, "Oh, you're having sex." And he's going to come in. He's going to unzip it and go, "Woo!" And then then they come out like, "What's going on?" Then the murders. They should have been funky and stanky in there, and they should have been condensation on the tent, dripping, just horrible, terrible sex in there, and the monster's just grossed out by it. I would have laughed my balls off.
He didn't want it. He didn't want her ovaries. That's what we've learned.
But no, I think she deserved a better death. I think she deserved like a square up moment, because I mean, there was nothing wrong with her as an actress. I think she, having to go up with the stoner character and try to be a foil, kind of mental foil to him. I mean, that's a difficult thing to do.
Well, they had that kind of a role in the sequel too.
Yeah,
with that one girl who we'll go over that whenever we watch it. But
yeah, no, let's not talk about the sequel. But all in all, like I said, I enjoy this movie. It's one of the first movies I saw on Tubi that when I was done, I went, I'm glad I watched that.
I watched it twice.
Yeah. This rewatch I did this morning was the third time I've seen it.
Wow, we're like experts on this movie.
Yeah,
Vinny watched it an hour ago.
Yeah, well, the other problem I had is I watched it this early afternoon. I'm sick, and I had a dream about doing this podcast, and I was making points to things that weren't in the movie. So then for like the first 30 minutes, I was like, was that in the movie? That wasn't in the movie? That didn't even make sense. And then I had to kind of clear my mind of like, what
I will tell you,
wasn't real.
And I will tell you that I liked this movie a lot better the second time.
Well, I'll never watch it again. But I know when I watched Baby Cat again, I hated it because I liked Baby Cat the first time I watched it.
I recommend everybody watches this movie.
I thought the movie was good up until the whole end, hot garbage.
It could have been extended, but then you watch what they did.
No, not extended. Are you kidding?
No, I think they could have made it. They could have stretched it out and made more impact. I think that's the problem with the movie is it rushed through so much that there was no impact to the end.
It was just badly done. The ending was terrible.
Yeah, there was nothing earned. But
there's the monster right there. It's coming at us. So she goes behind a tree.
But again, I don't want to talk about the second movie too much. But there's I guarantee somebody went to Sean Burkett, the director and writer of this movie, and said, "Man, that ended too quick." So
terribly.
He got the idea for the ending of the second movie, which is pretty.
Well, they probably had awesome. They probably shot this over a couple weeks or something, or a week. There wasn't. It was not an elaborate ending for sure.
It was just dumb. The ending was stupid. And why is she carrying around an explosive arrowhead? First of all. Secondly, she's like hiding behind this tree. Everything's well lit, and the monster's coming at her. She's not moving. The monster's just like, where'd she go? Where'd she go? It was just badly done. And then after she blows him up, she's just walking through the woods for what, 4 minutes?
I skipped through it so fast. I was like,
you need it to.
They're stretching. They're stretching out the time. All right.
There's got to be a third one too.
So well, that guy said he's making a third one. So if the second one is much better, we can't wait for the third one.
Well, it's
a couple things real quick. The flare, when she popped the flare, visually that looked fantastic.
Very cool.
I thought that looked awesome. I want to steal that. We got to figure out somehow to steal that one. The crickets were too damn loud.
The rent is too damn high.
Yeah. What did I got here? The community with the monster. I hated the ending so much, and that's about it. Lots of boobs in the closing credits. And, it's just I had fun with it. I did. It was what it needed to be. It was set out to make a silly, cheesy movie, and that didn't make much sense and had no backstory to anybody there. And
it was an homage. It was a trope. It was a trope-filled movie, and
it was a bunch of friends making a movie. And if anybody can respect that, it's us.
And I will say that for me, Sean Burkett, and knowing what he does after this with the next movie and everything, dude knows what he's doing. You even saw in the blooper reel where he's concentrating on lighting and everything. There's another, more people held the cameras, but I think that's kind of like what we do when you hand Travis a camera and say, hey, film that real quick. Then Travis gets Vinny's going to throw up.
I wonder if he got a boner in the tent when they were doing it. I would.
Yeah, but to me, it was just like the guy knows what he's doing. He was the writer, he was the director, and he was most of the crew himself. So for one guy to do all that, it's kind of like you did, Brandon, with Vinny's Fantastic, where it was that movie is almost 100% you. Behind as crew. I know when you went to different places, you had different people helping you out, but you did a one-man crew all the way across America.
That's why I respect this kind of stuff, because you want it. Here's the thing: you can make a movie or you don't make a movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make a movie, you can make one, or you can just don't make one. These guys and us, we just make them. We don't have thousands and thousands of dollars. Obviously, they do. But the second movie is honestly really good.
Well, and there's I think it's about a 6-year gap between them. I think the second one came out in 2022.
This guy learned so much in that 6 years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
about everything. And I don't know if he just saved money that entire time and got a bigger budget, but
he did what we do. And like the first movie, the hike is has its production flaws, and then WHHC gets better, and then Camp Smoke. You just get better every time you do something. But I do want to say, go on about a 1-minute rant here. I would like everybody to watch this movie and rate it up on IMDb. I would also like you to do me a favor. We have a movie called WJHC AM that just got on Rotten Tomatoes with 83%.
Congratulations.
And but because of that, Vinny decided he's going to do a victory lap. And he posted it on Facebook in a Knoxville film group. And Knoxville, we are in the me and Vinny are in the Knoxville general area. They hate us. They think that we should be making short films for nobody to watch like they do. The Knoxville community can suck my fat fucking dick. And what they decided to do is they went on to IMDb and ranked us down from a 9.3 to a 3.9. So if you guys all are, because, we know at least, maybe not a lot of people watch this now, but it gets up into the thousands within, a couple days here. Please go onto IMDb and rate Don't Fuck in the Woods higher and rank WJCAM higher. And if you want to look at Vinny's fantastic rock and roll adventure, but watch the movies too. I mean, if you're a horror movie fan, why else would you be watching this besides to see Vinny in that hat?
Soundtrack too.
Yeah. But there's no other reason, that than you're horror movie fans or you saw the hashtags and came here. So go rank the movie on IMDb because it's going to things like that are going to help get Don't Fuck in the Woods 3 made. It's going to help get Secret City made. It's going to help Brandon make his next movie. Rank these things up. When you see a movie that you have fun with on Tubi, rank it up on IMDb. Have fun with it.
The one thing I've learned about and all that too is that engagements for these movies help like crazy. It gets them more opportunities, gets them on more platforms. And if you downvote a movie that was made for $6,000, just to do it out of spite because you're just upset that you don't make movies, that is the lowest thing you can do. If you watch the movie and you hate it, fine. But to wreck our score and to review bomb something that took
and that's why I'm not doing it.
Years and $6,000 and 90 actors and all the crew, and it's a good movie for $6,000. I challenge anybody to watch any movie made for $6,000 and see its equal. It's a very good movie, and
that's why this isn't a call to action. I'm not saying go rank it without watching the movie. Go watch these movies.
Yeah.
Well, I got a call to action, and this is we're all products of the 70s, 80s, 90s, right? Back then, when people did stuff to you, we didn't have tough guys that did stuff online. We just go there and beat the shit out of them,
right?
The three of us? I mean, we could probably wipe out everybody that I've seen in Knoxville.
Well, we're all hovering around 50, though. I mean, those glory days are kind of fading away.
Yes, for them as well, though. So I'm pretty sure that at least the three of us will grab Travis, we'll grab Candy, and Julie. We'll just have a nice little posse. We'll round up a posse.
Julie would do great in a gang war.
We'll get rakes and shovels, and we'll just kick the shit out of
Could you see Julie? Ew, just don't touch me.
I have a brain injury. Don't hit me in the head. And she'd bring muffins or something. I don't know.
She'd make them all soup. She'd make everybody soup.
All right, we went to that film festival, and I didn't see anything on that entire film festival that was even remotely good.
Oh my God, it was awful.
Where did I go, Luke? Vinny? Where
you went outside to smoke or something?
No, I went outside and slept in the van.
It was bad. It was that rough. And
here's the thing.
We entered something into that film fest too. I'm not saying that was any good either, but that was pretty
what we're trying to do, especially with this Tubi podcast or with the Tubi movie review, is we are trying to bring horror fans of these kind of movies to other kind of movies like them. We're trying to get us all together. We're trying to share fans with each other. We're trying to get Brandon's movies fans to watch our movies, and we're trying to get our fans to watch his movies. Same thing with Don't Fuck in the Woods. We're trying to get our fan base to watch his, and if they watch this, maybe they'll watch ours. And that's how you do word of mouth. You do word of mouth by being positive and helping out where you can, and also we haven't said anything besides constructive criticism, which, if you watch the next movie, which we'll talk about later, he learned already. We don't have to tell Sean Burkett any of this because he knows, because he's already fixed it. But like these little, I made a short film of Freddy Krueger, these fucking idiots that are just going to sit there and downgrade our, you're not part of the film community. Go away. You're
All
you're on a page called the Knoxville Film Community, and you've made a short film, but you're not part of the film community. Fucking go away.
We've got Chicago, Baltimore, and Detroit in this trio right here. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Knoxville ain't got shit on us. We go there, we give them some knuckle bumps, Mr. Lumpy. We knock them straight in the middle of freaking next month, and then they'll be quiet.
And we're demonetized.
No, we're not.
Karma
We're not monetized to begin with.
That's right. Karma comes around. All right. So this is my final review of Don't F in the Woods.
Oh, and we did. Brandon doesn't know the scale. It's
no. He's got his own scale.
I got my own.
He's
scale.
even got graphics.
Okay.
So I'll go first. You go second. Brandon's got his. We do our own scales here. So, my opinion of this movie. Goodbye, Luke. He didn't like the fact.
There he is. He's back.
Hey,
I like that guy.
So my opinion of the movie is it was a trope-filled movie. We did the same thing with Camp Smokey. There were a lot of the same ideas where we were trying to quote, the trope, horror movie trope.
Yeah.
Thought the dialogue could have used. If the dialogue was better, this movie could have been so much better. There's plenty of boobs. You watch this to see boobs. You watch this to see girls. The girls are pretty good looking. It's short, thankfully, shot well, lit well, sound editing was good in most parts, very low budget, nothing spectacular, and it's pretty much the same thing. Kind of irritating at times, and, I think from what I hear from these two knuckleheads, they learned from their mistakes and they improved, which is what you can do. But if you're in the mood, this is one of those movies you pick off a shelf in the movie like back in the day when they had the movie stores and you just grab one for 99 cents. That's what this is. It's just something to laugh at, get high and watch and have a couple giggles. Now on the scale that we've been using, what is it? B to F?
B to F, because there's no A movies.
Yeah, these no A movies, these are B movies. I'm going to rate this one a D. As in doggy style, which we saw in the beginning. So Brandon or Luke, you're next, bud.
Okay, if I would have rented this at the video store back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, I would have been perfectly happy with my rental. This is my kind of movie. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more. It's like I said, I enjoyed it more the second time. I wish the stoner would have been funnier. I just don't like. But because the guy actually seems like a really funny guy, he just wasn't. I think if he was just the actor was left alone to be himself, he could have probably done he could have probably made that character likable, which would have made his demise mean more. But all in all, I love this movie. I think it deserves I said it's got a lot of commercial breaks, which means that it's still getting a lot of views. I think it deserves it. I think everybody should go watch it that hasn't watched it. On my scale, I'll give it a B minus. No, I'm going to give it a C plus because I know where they go. If I would have never watched the second movie, I'd have said B minus. But I'm going to give it a C plus because, and remember, there's no A's, so B is the top score. The B is the top score. I'm going to give it a C plus because I know where it goes.
All right. Brandon Bishop from Asai TV and soon to be Explore TV.
Now I feel like a jerk for bringing my own rating system. I should have just done yours. That's what I was asking you, but I didn't understand it. When you said B to F, I was thinking big and funky. Like I'm not a part of that. Yeah, I'm average. So
average and not funky.
Big, average, and funky. Yeah. Well, I brought it on. T is terrific. U is underestimated. B is just bad, which is not a bad thing. It's just bad. Some of these are meant to be bad. And I is impossible to watch. Tubi, Tubi. That's why I thought that was clever. I made graphics for you. I feel like a jerk. I'm sorry. I didn't come in here just trying to take over. Anyway, I thought it was fun. The second time I watched it, like Luke said, I thought was much better than the first. Watching the sequel, I know how good the guy gets at filming, which is he's better than me. I'm like, damn, that's the second one's fantastic. The graphics, everything. I
really
talk about that one. The graphic, I see the progression between the two, and it gives me respect for the film. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
I made it bad because I think it was meant to be bad. There it is. There's the graphic. Bad, just bad.
Just bad.
Just bad. It's not terrible. I'm not angry at it. It's not impossible to watch. It's fun. I like boobs. I do. I'm a human being. I'm a grown man. I'm single just like Luke, you know. We love boobs. Your boob days are over, Vinny, but I mean, you got one pair. That's good for you. And they're good. They're good boobs. I haven't looked at your wife's boobs, but if I did, I imagine they'd be fantastic. Just no, it's just bad, and it's supposed to be bad. It's bad and fun. That's about it. I thought the ending was rushed and terrible.
Yeah.
The ending was, if the whole movie was like the ending, I would have given it an eye. It's impossible to watch.
If the whole movie was like the ending, it'd have been Kung Fu and Titties.
Pretty much. I'd never seen that, but pretty much. If the whole movie was like the second one, it would have been definitely a U or pushing on a T. You know, that's all.
I always push. All right. So I while you were giving a review, I was looking for next week's movie on Tubi, and I found one that just came out in 2024 called "Horny Teenagers Must Die."
I saw that on there.
While at a cabin for a weekend of partying, a group of teens start getting picked off by a demented psychopath who kills with farm tools and sex toys.
Horny Teenagers Must Die.
Horny Teenagers Must Die.
Now,
just came
the
out.
next time, isn't there? Yeah, is there?
Well, this one says adult comedy horror.
We'll dig it and we'll do it. But wasn't there one we were talking about where there was like an Amish chick murderer or something like that?
Dude, it was Amityville, Emmanuel in Amityville.
That's a series. I used to jerk off to the Emmanuel things on the show.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's that old series was Emmanuel in Amityville. Let me see if that's still on there. That's going to be a pile of dog shit.
All right. So next week, folks, when you guys watch this, Horny Teenagers Must Die, please watch it. We're going to be in 2 weeks, Tuesday. Check out. Hit the notification. Hit the like this channel, subscribe, the thumbs up, all that bullshit, and help the algorithm. I haven't posted anything in 2 weeks, so my algorithm is dead as John F. Kennedy. But
I just found a movie that is definitely worse than Kung Fu and Titties.
What is
Black Adam?
Did you watch Black Adam?
It was. I hate myself for watching that movie. Oh, dude, Amityville Death Toilet.
I'm in.
Amityville Death Toilet.
And then there was another one that had it was Zombie Ass. We got to remember Zombie Ass, Toilet of the Dead.
So what are we doing next week?
Horny Teenagers Must Die.
Okay, so we just
No. We're doing Amityville Death Toilet.
I'm in.
We are 100% doing Amityville Death Toilet. When a rash of violent toilet murders sweeps across Amityville, a paranormal podcaster takes it upon himself to save the sleepy town.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to type this into the thing.
I might watch that tonight, actually. I'm looking for that.
I might too.
I might FaceTime you. We can watch it together.
Amityville Death Toilet. Bada boom. That's the one. I'm glad. Good call, Luke, because I'm kind of, the horny teenager thing and the boobs. Let's get away from it.
But we'll save that one for later. But I mean, I think we watched this, and then you're like, we got said Zombie Ass. But Zombie Ass actually is like a 13-year-old Japanese movie, and apparently has great reviews.
Well, some people get it. Some people know how to make it work. Again, with this movie, I don't know if the dialogue was bad, but you don't know if that was part of the trope. Like it was on purpose. So
yeah,
but it did annoy me regardless. I hate it.
If you're watching, make sure you watch the movie as well. Leave comments, leave your own opinions. If you're important and you actually bring some viewers, maybe the guy in the hat will bring you on, and there'll be a fourth little screen here,
and
we can all talk with each other.
And Brandy Mason, you can find me on Facebook at Luke Walker, Big Luke Walker, Big Luke Music.
Brandy Mason sounds like one of those places you call to like Ashley Madison or something like that.
But she's also the one person in this movie that has an IMDb with a picture on it.
Wow.
So, and
is it the first girl, the nerdy chick you like?
Yeah.
The homely girl?
Homely. God, go look at her IMDb picture.
I'm just kidding. She's all the women in this movie were pretty good looking, at least.
Amityville Karen.
That's it. Amityville Karen. That was the one I wanted to see.
That's a great. And here's the thing: like, don't F in the W here. This movie is a title. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
You could have just had the worst thing in the world, and people are still going to watch. Don't fucking the woods,
dude. As a teenager, if you were at the video store and you're just going through, as soon as you see "Don't F in the Woods," you're like, "That's it. That's the movie."
Yep.
There's a genius to that.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you guys.
Like an Ed Wood type of thing, I think.
We're still trying to figure that out for us. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Tell your friends about Tuesday Tubi Movie Night. I do want to thank Brandon Bishop for making the logo for the show
Don't forget
right when Tubi changed their logo to purple and yellow. I don't know if they relocated to Baton Rouge or Minnesota or something, but that was insane.
And the little bop, doobie.
Yeah, just hey.
Do I gotta sing another jingle now?
No, but we probably need to change the colors.
I was like, well, why do you have to put that happy ass jingle on there when I'm about to watch Amityville Death Toilet?
Because it works.
It makes you feel safe.
It suckers you
in. Yeah. And that song's great. You did great. All right, guys, we love you. Big Luke plays in Gatlinburg all the time at a bar called Shamrocks.
Oh, hey, guys.
And we got all sorts of stuff. Check out all our socials and our movies. And Brandon's got a lot of books that he wrote in 2 days. So check those out.
2 days. It's a lifetime, man.
Yeah, those look great with that green screen rock in there, boy.
They don't at all. They don't look great at all.
When you buy these books, can you see through them like you can right now? Or
that's why I made them like this.
That's very tough to read. Yeah, he's got adult coloring books. So that
they're
tells
not
you
adult coloring books.
What are they?
One-Eyed Buffalo, the album.
Okay.
That's me right there.
Luke, I'm just going to leave, and Brandon can sit here and do QVC
just keep doing.
Yeah.
So what do you got next there, Brandon?
I need 17 more minutes. Hang on.
Hey, we how many are left?
Luke shirts. I got Luke shirts.
Luke shirts
from the movie. Misophonia book.
Got a lamp. We don't need anymore. Here's a sofa with some
Rose
scratches.
water.
If you want to pick it up in Detroit, next to the sign. Yeah. Got a love seat. It's
got a nice pile mic right here. It's a really nice mic.
Here's my mom's ashes. Your mom's not dead. No, there's just cigarette ashes.
Oh. All right, guys.
Well, we're in.
So what Amityville Death Toilet? Check it out next week.
That's gonna
Sounds
be
good to me.
I literally can't wait to watch this.